I'm Kool Herc. I'm here with the all hip hop team, and I love it.
What's going on, world? It's your man Chuck Creekmer, aka Jigsaw. We are here at One World Studios for allhiphop.com, and right now we are in the presence of a legend and a pioneer, Kool Herc, who is regarded as the first MC in this culture of ours called hip hop. First of all, I want to say thank you, man. Thank you for everything that you've done. We're going to talk about how it started, but I just want to first say thank you as a person of my age and stature and actually starting a website and doing my thing. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you back, man.
Yeah.
It's very appreciative. Like a lot of cats might feel in one way, like I've been in the business. My name was just out there. You know, I haven't been in it, around it, or nowhere near it, but on the same sense of, like you just said, respect and acknowledgement. That's all I go with. You know, because the other side of it is what it is. I'm 66, so come on again. I'm just somebody's grandpa, but you would love me to be your grandpa.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good way to put it. So, you know, first things first, I want to talk to you about, you know, I have an aunt and she's actually in her 90s now. She's almost 100. So she's way older than you, but she was around New York City in that period of time. I always talk to her every couple of years about what it was like before hip hop. What was New York like before the culture emerged?
It was like it was spread out, because like in the early days, I mean, like before totally Vietnam, I'm taking it back to me, the beginnings of just growing up and, you know, on the block, you know, just like I said, I grew up, I'm Bronx born. I mean, they writ down, came from Jamaica. I got it mixed up with her. I'm Bronx born, man. And I was born on the east side of the Bronx, 827 Home Street. It's like going to church with grandma on Sunday, you know, clean cut. I didn't know nothing about nothing till I moved to the west side, you know, when I was like going into the 6th grade. And then from there, you know, that's when I started experiencing like even the first phase of little parties. You know, you had the little church parties, you had the million house parties. But in that particular area of the Bronx, it was like guys took it real serious. They wanted to be the Temptations, you know. So a lot of guys did little groups and all that, you know. But once again, I was just a guy in the hood, you know what I'm saying, growing up as a kid. But being individual strong, I was never a follower. You know, my mother broke me out of that right away. And then the Bronx was the fires. Then it was gang populated. Like when you couldn't go in a certain part of the Bronx, you couldn't go in maybe a 10-block radius because it was gang infested. The movie The Warriors, same old true story in a way, but the same way in that way, like I fell more into the cats that was in Harlem, because one or two of my friends, like I said, my mother was layaway. My mother was a single parent. My friend had like 5 leather coats, you know, never, always had money. Yeah. I mean, we're in the 6th grade. He always had like 100 or better. You know, never met his mother and father, but never knew how the money came or whatever. Right. But just to show, like, you had people next to you that people, their fathers and mothers was in the game. So they always had. It's just that they couldn't beat me athletically or, you know, in certain limits of growing. So acceptance is acceptance. Right. You know, I'm 5'11", but, you know, I look small, but strong man in mind, giant of a frame. Right. You know, and like I said, it was growing up. And like you said, if you came out of where you follow or you go to the court, that's the thing. You wake up in the morning, you go to the basketball court. That's all you go do. Or you go on the block, or how guys do. But again, I didn't have prejudice in me or none of that. Or like where I had 9 brothers, you know, that meant a lot too. When guys had so many brothers, you couldn't do nothing because the whole family, you know, they had a big family. Right. So, like I said, the streets was the streets, and that's when, you know, the Mac and guys was dressing. That's when Harlem controlled everything. Yeah, okay. Nicky Barnes and all that, you know, Guy Fisher, the regular team of the movies. They made movies out of it, but meeting them beforehand on the level of, I knew about the 5 top guys in New York that was getting money under the age of 20. Right. It was different then. You had guys 18, 19 getting 30,000, 40,000 a week. Right. Again, I thought drugs was legal. Yeah, right. And then it was $2 and $3. Yeah. So this is what I say again with this hip hop. I love it and all that, but a lot of people like plane jumpers, glory stealers. You know, that's what they are. And then they become lion kings because some of the stuff they say to me, I'm only basing it on me. Like they can't tell you about me. They wasn't in the 70s.
Yeah.
They wasn't. They can't tell you. They heard my name. They wasn't even around me. I had guys in dog years when I started getting money or just even being out there. I started selling nickel bags in the room.
Right.
In that little recreation.
Right.
And when I got to the party, I'm selling 160 nickels. I'm selling quarter pounds.
Right.
Again, but it went to me. It went to me because, like I said, I was on the tip of really becoming that hustler.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of things.
Right.
But then realized that inside, I took it to the cannabis a little bit. But again, I never wanted to go away to me. Even as amount of whatever I did, I didn't want to go away and ever have somebody I call home, I guess, as people do when they get locked up. They call home and somebody else pick the phone. But I want to raise my own kids. Man.
Yeah.
You ain't going to be my son, Dad.
Yeah.
You know, that's just me. You know?
Yeah.
On that level, that's how that started coming up, you know?
Okay. Well, let's talk about the first party, that fateful party, which was a birthday party for Cindy, who was Kool Herc's sister, Cindy Campbell.
Yeah.
What was the circumstances around that?
That was the neighborhood. You know, this is why, again, like I said, everybody said they was at the first party. They was.
A lot of people.
They weren't at the first. None of them was at the first party. None of them was at the first party. You might have had 3 guys that is around now, but not playing music and all that. They wasn't at the first party. That was the neighborhood.
Okay.
And quiet as kept. Like that was my whole team. My whole team was the strongest guys in that little neighborhood. So. They couldn't have been there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At one time, guys used to come in with a $100 bill for 50 cents, and I cash it.
Right.
Because they just getting in. Anybody got no change for no 100.
Right.
You know? I started cashing their bills. You know, and then like I said, I'm a different kind of guy. You know, I'm 5'11". I dunked on a cat 6'7". I knocked out the Mars Senior Boxing Champ 1973.
Okay.
Again, I was able to hold my own. I just had thick glass.
That's more than holding it.
I'm just saying. Just holding my own. You know what I'm saying?
That's up.
Right. There we go. You know. I dressed different. You know, I had to be the first G Money man, like I said, in how I talk. When guys was wearing other things, like I said again, when they was wearing like corduroy coats, I was already custom made blazers, leather. You know, I had a pony coat when guys was wearing sheepskin. You know, I had lizards when they was wearing camel boots. Again, I had to have a G on, and again, playing at the club. We played at the club, and we played at an after-hour spot. Guys don't know that. That's why I met Big Schmitty, that's in American Gangster, Nicky Barnes' bodyguard. He had a party. I'm playing for him. And he called me up, Coke LaRock. Wow. You know, wow, young guy. I was a young man. Things was going on. Party went from Friday to Sunday. So we could say that again. You know, but again, even they take it away from me, like, Coke only talk. I played music. He plays it cool. And DJ before even talking. That went with talking. And then again, like, I did whatever I wanted. It was the time when I started really playing with her, when he said, Coke, come on with this. And I'm cool because I'm doing what I'm doing. We was at a place, City Mission 170, and I was playing and talking, you know, because I was just hyping my team up. Everybody had different names. Everybody had AKAs. So I'm pumping them up, saying they got cars, they ain't got cars. I'm saying they got money, they ain't got money. But everybody said, ooh, that's that team.
You were doing that in the party.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll make you a star tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That you got your name called out.
Yeah.
You felt a lot different. It was Cheers before Cheers, but to me it was like it was just a thing. So as the party got big, you know, and I started giving names. I mean, I'm still giving names. My man Lucky Blaine, my partner, you know, I just kind of give it out, you know. You had the Charlie Rock, Norm Rockwell, Easy Al, Cocaine Smitty, you know. Just gave cats names. Cats just went from there. Like as myself, Kool Herc, you know.
Right.
That was a dream.
Yeah. Speaking of the name, how did you? There's a lot of speculation about the name. I know that your mom.
Yes, that was Coco. But then as I got a little older, it's all right for the girls to call me that, not the guys.
Right.
They Coco. You know, come on, you can't be called to be that. I'm a old man now.
Right.
So I just shut it and put the Coke. She okay, not cocaine, because I wasn't into drugs.
Okay, all right. So
you know, so it
didn't that out
right.
there.
It didn't actually come from no drugs.
Okay.
It was COK, not actually Coke the soda, but Coke like that, COKE.
Okay.
You know, and went from there. And then the La Rock came, like I said. You know, one time we went to Mexico. You know, we're in Mexico, and, you know, we doing things. I'm a little grown-up. And the Mexicans in the Mexican bar doing what Mexicans do. And they were saying La Rock. La Rock was that other rock. So I kept seeing one guy, and he was like, Coke, La Rock. You know, and I was like, oh. But this was a dream. And then the next day I told her, I found my name. He was like, what? I said, yeah, Coke La Rock. And after that, it took off. And I named my son. People don't know. My son's middle name is La Rock. His name is Dante La Rock. He's 40 and change. So way before hip-hop, I was before my time. Look, I stamped him with that because that's how deep I was into hip-hop with just playing. We was them guys.
Yeah.
You know, everybody else came along. Everybody played a role. And you see now, it went around the world.
Yeah, yeah.
It went around the world. Who would have thought that would come out of a little 50 Cent recreation room?
Yeah.
Two cats just being friends and doing what they do.
Yeah.
But look at the title, like I said again, with the strength for me, like how can you knock my numbers down?
Yeah.
When everybody's La Rock. You don't copy a cat name if he's Bozo. You know, if he was a Fly Bozo, you'd be like, everybody be Bozo. Or
Yeah.
You had T La Rock, K La Rock, D La Rock, R.C. La Rock, Doc La Rock, late great Scott La Rock. They got 9D. It's just, they took the name, they took it. So what that mean? They wanted to be me.
Yeah. Man.
Let's get real. If they took my name, they wanted to be me.
Right.
And said again, I'm walking around $1,700 a day. I got brand new car. I did what I did. And I was a clean cut guy. I went to work every day. Again.
Yeah. Now, you and Herc did things together. What's your relationship now?
Truth is kept. Everybody's on their own. He's on his own. And that's how, like I said again, with this hip hop separating people. You know, I have no feelings bad, no matter way toward my brother. But in the same way, man, like everybody runs from each other. And to me, I guess it's greed and money. Not nothing personal toward me, toward him. But like I said again, I'm a man of my own. You know, and everybody separates. I don't, you know, now I see why groups break up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was never a fault, like where, like I said again, why wasn't I with everybody when all this was going on?
Yeah.
Ask yourself that. It ain't me so much why me and Herc or whatever. Why I wasn't there that the people asked everybody that. I wasn't in jail. I ain't did a day in jail in my life. I'm 66. So some people knew where I was at. But again, it wasn't me. Because I said again, I was way before my time. So therefore, I'd have died. I'd have died because I'd have OD'd or I'd have got robbed, murdered, or killed. I wouldn't have been here. I was doing too much then when guys ain't have money.
Yeah.
You understand? So I know it. So that was God holding me just as well as faith. Like now, in the last 10 years, now everybody's like, oh, wow, there is a Coke La Rock.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Then when I first got back, you know, I'm walking around. I'm like, people are like, come do this, come do that, and no money. Come do this, come do that, no money.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, how are they getting money, but telling me, I'm going to make you. You can't make me. I'm already made. Now I see how they want me to be. Now I'm a little different. Hip-hop didn't give me none of this. I put myself back together. And now, like I said, I love K-Slate, the one and only, Geechee Dan. You know, cats that just, when you recognize who I am, and you could use that gold because ain't nobody in front of me. Ain't nothing in front of me but disco.
Right, right. Now you, at one point, well, Herc had got stabbed, and then you decided to fall back a little bit. Is that accurate or?
Yeah, that's very true. Like I said again, I was the gun toter. No disrespect to Herc or nothing. This is just me. I carried the guns. I carried a gun all the time. Like I said, I was a hustler. I'm getting money. They had a little saying, it's better for the police to catch you with it than the stick-up guys to catch you without it. That was law of the street. Mostly, I got street-tality, and I wasn't raised in the street, but I was taught. But once again, Herc got stabbed. I had just went to the bathroom because I was at the door with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I had a 3.7 and I had a 38. I had two guns at the same time and a 12 gauge. But we just talking, and then I went to the bathroom. I would never go to the bathroom in the club,
Right.
what I had to do. And I lived 2 blocks from the spot. So I went home, and I came back, and I seen the lights. I'm like, oh, shit, somebody done got shot. You know, somebody. I'm thinking that.
Right.
And just as I got there, brother said, yo, Herc got stabbed. And then it was like my whole world changed.
Right.
And you know, they said they stabbed him about 30, 40 times.
What?
Some guy said he killed him, but he stabbed the guy about 10, 12 times, but the guy really didn't die. So I told him, yo, take me to him. I'm going to shoot him in the head. So he was like, no, Coke, I stabbed him like 30 times or whatever. He said, go see Herc. And that's when I went to the hospital. Herc on the Guardian. Like I said, his father took my gun that night. Mm-hmm. His father knew like I was in another state of mind.
Yeah. And
he said, come get it in the morning. In the morning, knocked on the door, he gave me my gun. I went and got Mike, and we went on the hunt. And they kind of knew, like, the people, but didn't know.
Yeah.
And I guess they left for whatever, man. Then after that, I'm like, it's coming to the murder part. You know, I'm getting money. I don't want to murder a cat for this little $3 coming in this party.
Right.
You know, and then we started, we was always the target for 2 years about people trying to stick us up. I used to get that call like Biggie and them say, yo, Coke, some guys are coming to get y'all tonight. Whatever, you know, but artillery-wise and people I knew, I mean, I'm glad it didn't happen. Man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all that part of life is how it goes, man. But I had, like you said, I had great times with it because never knew that this was the feeling that was coming through it. I remember I used to get amazed when I come in the spot and guys be like, yo, Coke, rock them, baby, rock them. Rock them tonight.
Yeah.
And the girls, you know, you rock and you don't stop. My little sayings. I was like, damn, why are they saying that?
Yeah, you had a lot of sayings, man.
Yeah, I'm saying
Sugar Hill, Pop
Hotel,
up with
Motel, My Mellow. You know, because like I said, I just lost my brother 3 weeks ago. So, you know, in the same way, my brother, like, you know, he was a street guy, getting money. He came home one day, like I said, this is what taught me the little stuff I said. And I said to him, I'll never forget it. He said, Coach, that stuff you be saying, your little rhymes and little stuff. And I'm like, yeah, what? He said, you talking about yourself. And I said, myself? Then I fell back. And then I put it all together. Then it went like this. Let me introduce myself. I'm the first G Money man. I kept a G better any type of weather, cold or hot, rain or not. Born and orphan, fought like a slave, fucking and fighting is all Coke Rock played. Because if a freak is unique and that's the freak you seek, I guess before you go, the freak be on the boat. As long as the music's not stopping, the rocks are dropping, the champagne is flowing, the freaks will be going. Hotel, motel, you don't tell, we don't tell. That's Coke Rock. Now this is 1973, so again, imagine if I was still around and a lot of cats wouldn't have been able to.
That's what I'm saying. Like
in that water.
You never recorded a song.
No,
until that one song. But
they stole that from me. I didn't record that.
Oh, you didn't record that?
See, they stole that from me. Tricked me.
It's a song.
Yeah, the Christmas one. Yeah. They tricked me. Then they mixed it with Melly Mel. Again, like at the industry.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, Coach, just say a little bit, and they taped it and recorded it. Same way some guys tape interviews with me on the phone. That's why I don't talk to people no more on the phone. They talking to me, asking questions, but then I see it as an interview. How dare you? You know what I'm saying? That's why
that's not legal.
Okay, yeah. Well, again, this is why I said I don't really jump it. It made me feel like I'm a monkey with a cup in my hand. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fully grown man. Hip hop ain't paid my way to live.
Yeah.
It is blessing me in certain manners now, but I think it's just coming back. You know, and the first one to show me my money was Steve Hager, High Times Magazine, when he gave me the 2010 Cannabis Cup.
Did they
took
pay
me
you
there?
for that?
Yes, they paid me.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. You know, a couple of guys are paying me. That's who I'm respecting. They say, oh, don't mess with Whitey. Don't mess with this one. Man, you paying me? Come on, man.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know, how much free can I do? I'm 66. How long I'm going to be around?
Yeah, I hear you.
That's me. How long I'm going to be around? Where was they at 10 years ago?
Yeah.
When everybody was walking by me, I come to summer stage, I go to Tools of War. Yeah. I'm on public assistance. Where the cats? And cats are like, yeah, all right, keep them there. Well, it wasn't keeping me there.
Right.
On no level, man. But again, I'm on my feet now. My artist, Jack. I got my partner, Lucky Blaine. We're getting ready to open back up La Rocks. Who we had there, Jack? You know, we had that. Cuba Links. We had Mickey Rivers from the Yankees. I had a roast, you know. Doing my thing a little bit, just trying to do something, man. But other than that, man, I'm good, and I appreciate this, man.
Yeah,
to the fullest,
good.
Man.
Man, listen, man. Look, I've dealt with cats, and I'll just leave it broad. But I get it. I understand. I hope to give you that look that creates opportunity as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's the platform that we have. You know, it's always been that type of platform. We're not. You know, we're not making it rain yet. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
No,
you know what I'm talking about.
Saying. That's what I'm talking about.
But you recently got honored by the DC
Yes.
hip hop pop-up experience.
Yeah.
Talk about that honor and what that meant.
That there, man, really like was second to Amsterdam, but even more because my grandkids, you know, like they pretty good grandkids, you know, and my one of the youngest, like he was 7, but he's 10 now. But anyway, one day he called me, man, and he was like, "Papa, what's your real name?" So you know, I'm like, "My real name? What you talking about?" So he was like, "Come on, Papa, what's your real name?" So I told him. So he was like, "How old are you?" He was asking me the whole thing, a bunch of questions. So I said, "Ask your dad, man. Why are you asking Papa?" He said, "No, I need to hear it come out your mouth." So I said, "Okay. You finished?" He said, "Yeah." So I hung up and I thought about it. So I called him right back. I said, "Yo, grandson, why are you asking Papa all them personal questions?" He said, "Papa, it's Black History Month, and you're the first MC of hip hop, and you're my hero, and I'm writing about you." Yo, I had to cry. I hung up, like it choked me up.
Yeah.
That's why I don't need nobody's approval.
Yeah.
Nobody
Right.
can't tell me. He already said it, and that's it, man. I'm stamped with that.
That's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah, and like I said, the pop-up, now they can go to Washington. You know, my great-grandkids, anybody in life can go there, and I'm up on the wall. So that's why I love that pop-up. And good people are good people, you know. Once again, Geechee Dan, the whole team, Jeremy, all of them, man. And what else I got to lose, man? I'm not out here. I'm not the greedy man. Like I said, I still work, so
Yeah.
I choose and pick where I go into, man.
Do you have any involvement in the Universal Hip Hop Museum that's coming up in the Bronx?
No, I mean, I know everybody affiliated with a lot of this, but again, they still shuffling people. You know, it's just like some people's in it one week, then the next year they're not. And again, I can't commit, you know, but if they offer, you know, I think I'll be there.
Yeah.
Why would I deny it? Like I did with Jeremy. Everybody, don't mess with him. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
What is the brother doing?
Yeah.
You know, but they throw the color game back in again. You know, why are you giving it to him? Because y'all ain't giving me nothing. It ain't about who I give it to.
Yeah.
That's like talking with you now. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, do we got a budget? You know, because some guys I gotta test it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jeremy was like, "Nah, coke ain't that, blah, blah, blah. This is," and I went from there.
Yeah.
You know, on that level. You know, because I'm not doing things with everybody. I mean, for what?
Yeah.
To be truthful, I'm only saying the same thing.
I understand.
I said it to one person, they paid, what, $8,000 to revolution of hip hop.
Right. Yeah.
You understand?
That's Netflix money, man.
You feel what I'm saying? That's my point that kills me, man. I say the same thing to a $2 cat and get $39,000 from another cat. And y'all telling me don't talk to that cat?
No, I ain't telling you don't talk to that cat.
That's my point. I don't understand that part there. You feel me? And that's like I said, the hip hop thing is, you know, it is what it is, man. I love it to death. I am hip hop.
Yeah. You
send me, I built it. I'm the patented product.
Yeah.
Let's get real.
So if you're the number one, who was the number 2 MC? That's the question I was actually thinking about. And I think I know the answer, but I don't want to speculate.
Yeah, guys, I guess trip over themselves. I got to throw Mel in there right off. Because, I mean, this is just me seeing, you know, again, like when Flash and I was at the Black Door, which was just Flash, and that's when I first seen Melly Mel at the Black Door.
Right.
And Melly Mel had a little thing from the top of the World Trade on that, from the top of the World Trade to the depths of hell, you're listening to the voice of Melly Mel.
Yeah.
So again, that was the first guy I heard really rip it back.
Right.
Just as well, because they was all coming to Kool Herc party saying you rock and you don't stop. Kool rock. Because I was the echo chamber.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Again,
you brought that to the game as well.
I brought that to the game and mastered it. And we got rid of ours. I could talk it just plain. But again, that went with just calling cats' names out, making big willies. And then I started calling only G-Money cats, you know. So that made them come to the party.
Right.
Like if you're a cat getting money and you got 10 cats with you, that's 10 cats paying that way coming in. And the Harlem guys bring the women too. Everybody come with everybody.
Right.
If we know that.
Right.
You know, and if you're a really hustler, you go to the movies Sunday night, 11 o'clock, catch the last show on Broadway. You know? You know, things you did in the BX. Every when 4th of July, you go to Coney Island, dance by the Himalaya, you know. things I did. I went to a club at 17, and then you had to be 22 to get in, called the Sandpan, down on 35th between 7th and 8th. But I met some cats at Coney Island. They was like, "Oh, come on, we're going to this club called Sandpan." Plus, the gangs was going to tear Coney Island up at 12 o'clock. So we caught the last train out. We get there, and I was like, "How am I going to get in?" Because I'm a little cat. I'm fly. I got on my lizards. I'm good. But I know I'm 17, and I know I look 15.
Right.
But he said, "You got 17 in your pocket." I had more money than any of them at all, because I'm getting money. And he said, "Take out the knot and give him a 20. He said, "How old are you, man? You ain't no 24. I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Yes, you are. Come on." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm in. Now I'm in there.
Yeah.
And this spot had a pool room. It had a dance hall and a Chinese restaurant.
Wow.
And you could smoke cannabis in there. So I'm like, whoa. I fell in love with it. I sat down. I ordered a bunch of Chinese food. I got money. And I took out a half an ounce. And a young lady, about 26, walked by and said, "Are you really old enough to be in here? That's all of yours?" "Yeah." She said, "Can you share?" I said, "Sit down." She was like, "Let me share some of yours." "No, order yours." And after that, she was like, "Whoa." We was cool, dance, everything, 'cause I could dance. I wasn't no B-boy before B-boys. And Herc used to come get me when girls like tear up everybody in the spot. Coke, come get him. You know, I could really dance, but not B-boys, but with a woman. Not that that means.
Right.
You know, so I'm dancing with everything. Then the next week I rent the car because I was a driver. And I'm only 17. And after that, I stayed with that spot about for a year. You know, rocked and roll. But again, going out. You had spots in the Bronx. You had the Puzzle, the Tunnel, the Loveland, the Devil's Inn. You know, once again, I went out a lot, man, you know, even before this hip-hop thing.
Right.
So again, music was part of me as far as hanging out. You know, I ain't scared of the Bronx. I'm Bronx born.
Yeah. Now, speaking of the Bronx, Boogie Down Productions, KRS-One, for a lot of us, myself included, when he dropped your name in South Bronx, that was the first time we heard your name.
No, and like I said, I have to honor and all due praise to the late, great Scott LaRock. Never met him personally because, like I said, I never met no hip-hop guys. When I stopped, I went back into what I do. But anyway, Scott LaRock stamped it. And that's why, again, him and Doc LaRock. Then Doc LaRock passed right after Scott a little bit. So that LaRock is sealed.
Yeah.
But again, it put me on the map, it's sad, because he said Coca LaRock.
Yeah.
Again, why did he take my name? Did anybody else? But I met his son now. See, I know his son.
Yeah.
And I was around his son for 4 years, and we never knew each other until they put his name up on Jerome and Kingsbridge.
Okay.
And then I bumped into his son, man, which is great. Now, me and him's good, but LaRock, again, I kind of cried that night, not knowing him, just the principle of feelings, you know?
When he was murdered.
Yes, LaRock. And come on, man. It's hard. Man, I don't want nobody dying.
Yeah,
you know? And that's how I came with LaRock and Scott. And like I said, I never knew KRS, none of them. I never knew Scott LaRock.
Really?
I never knew none of these guys.
They was down.
No. Once again, everybody took my name because I fell back. Not that that's a tape, but it's an honor in one way now. Like I said, now I see I'm here to tell a story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So out of that was one of the biggest battles in hip hop history. Song for song with MC Shan and some of the Juice Crew. What's your take on battle rap? Like, were you
like I didn't get into that. You know, like at the beginning, you know, because that but like I said, we had a good 3-4 year run. People say what they want. We had a 4-year run when nobody wasn't even in our ballpark, man. They didn't even have equipment. Come on, Herc us was first. But in that manner of battling, after a while, guys got into that because it's still like now. If you live around my block, you better not be with Herc. You better not. That's how it started happening to me. Because at the party one time, this is what changed me with everybody. We at the party. Herc got about 10 guys on stage. He's playing, you know, they doing their thing just behind him. They wasn't touching nothing.
Yeah.
So Herc went to work the door. So I said to the guys, I didn't know none of them. I said, yo, fellas, excuse me. I don't know y'all. Y'all gonna have to leave the stage because y'all know Herc. I don't know y'all.
Right.
And straight up, guy was like, who are you? So I said, I'm Herc partner. I ain't even have a name called LaRock then. I just was who I was. So I said, my brothers, no disrespect. I'm Herc partner, man. I'm asking y'all to get off the stage. Nigga was like, fuck you, man. And I spent around, and when that 38 came out, jump off the stage. I made them all jump off the stage. Then they run to Herc. Then I see Herc coming back to me. And they was like, Herc was like, who? Which one of my team? And he pointed to me. He said, yo, what he told y'all? Get off the stage. And then after that, I said, you know what? They got that mentality. So I left them alone. And then I started keeping my team with me. My man Hassan, Diamond D, you know, my left and right hand man. And that was it after that. And then I just left that team alone. Because one guy battled me. His name was Ronnie D. He used to be at the Hevelo when we jumped in there. But like I said, I had a hustler's mentality. I'm playing, and he had the house system, because we never played on the house system. That's how the Herculoids, we took it with us anywhere we went.
Right.
So the house system couldn't even touch our system anyway.
Right.
So I'm playing. He really wanted Herc. See, when people wanted Herc, sometimes they come my way. But again, you hurt yourself. So Ronnie D, I'm playing. I hear somebody playing and saying, Coke LaRock, Coke LaRock. So I'm like, I know he ain't cutting in, you know, to myself. And I liked it, Ronnie D.
Yeah.
Then somebody said, yo, Coke, he's trying to call you, get your attention. So I cut the music off. So he was like, yo, I want to battle you. And I was like, yo, Ronnie D, why are you doing this to me?
Right.
I want to battle you, blah, blah, blah. So I said, all right, man, I'm going to leave you alone. I kept playing. He kept cutting in. So then my team was like, yo, get him, man. So I'm like, all right, cut the music off. I said, Ronnie D, let me tell you this, man. I am a G Money man. I'll play you for a G. I took a G out and put it on the turntable. He ain't got a nickel.
Right.
So he couldn't. Then I'm like, so why should I do this?
Right.
Winner take all. Let the crowd holler. You take the money. He didn't have no money. Now they just say, get him, period. And once they say, get him, period, that's when I changed. And like I said, I start where I be saying, let me introduce myself. It's not a man that can't be thrown, horse that can't be rolling, a bull that can't be stopping there. It's not a disco that I cook the rock can't rock. Then I just start getting them, you know. And I cut the system up so loud he couldn't, you know, it was over.
Right.
It was over. And
wait. When year was this?
Is this 74? It was over.
Okay.
It was over.
So this is probably the first battle then, right?
With me.
Right.
You know, when Herc used to go battle different people, they got to get everybody's system in the whole neighborhood. Like, you bring 10 speakers, you bring 10, and we bring 2 and still blow them out. I remember a guy got out of the cab. Herc was like, Coke, help him, you know, get in here. I went downstairs, he had 20 little. Come on, we had a real system. We had the Macintosh. We could play in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
That's one thing I could say, man. Herc built that system, and like I said, I'm getting money. It didn't bother me, but he built the system, and they couldn't touch us. But everybody followed the lead, which is good. I mean, time, like drugs, it changed every 10 years. Like a hustler said, numbers don't go up. They don't go down, they go up. Nobody gets young again.
Yeah.
You know, so again, the street mentality and me, it go 1 and 2, but I'm not a street kid. I wasn't raised in the street, but I was taught the street, and I think I was taught by good people. Right. And you got to survive in the street, you know. There we are now, you know.
Now, one thing I want to ask you, because it's something we ask everybody. It's not,
okay,
but you're the unique one in this question. We always ask everybody who their top 5 dead or alive is, who their top 5 favorite MCs are.
See, now, once again, I don't have that.
Yeah.
I have the Delphonics for the love that I gave. I got Eddie Kendricks, Body Talk, you know, Dennis Coffey, Scorpio. Those are my cats.
Right.
Because, you know, cats in front of me. I like it. Whispers, Scotty and Leroy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, man, that's why I was an R&B cat. I used to go to the Apollo a lot, you know, so I grew that way. I mean, even though I could dance, but like I said, I didn't run behind hip hop. Once I stopped, I stopped.
So you weren't even listening to it? Were you enjoying it? You weren't listening? Nothing?
Because it speeded up. See, when I stopped, it just got in the real scratching.
Yeah,
Imperial JC.
Right.
Even Flash himself, man, they was that yuk.
Yeah.
At one time, you know, I'm hot.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it.
Right.
You know, like
yeah.
hey, certain things.
Yeah.
Like I can't wear real shiny pants, and some of the I mean, even some of the skinny jeans, I can't put them on.
Right. Yeah, I feel you.
I don't let my kids play with dolls, you know.
Right.
It was just me. I'm 66.
Right. No, I feel rock at.
Yeah, we rocked at Hunter College, you know, and it was funny too because they had four guys from Harlem that got together. They got Herc and us there. And we played there, and first night we played there, you know, our style of music like tore them up because we catching beats and I'm talking. And I mean, the crowd, it's new, so everybody felt it. But then at the end of the night, we was like, okay, where the envelope? And there's like, the pay man left. Like, what?
Right.
You know, when they used to run out with the money. So we had to run them down and get our money, you know. And it took a minute before we played again with them. But that's part of learning, you know, with how people do. You know?
So now we fast forward up a little bit. You had said something in one of your interviews, and you said they left coke behind.
Yeah.
I didn't like that statement. It bothered me to hear that statement.
Yeah, they did. But like I said again, you know, I will never say or point or whatever with everybody. Come on. I didn't go to jail.
Yeah.
I didn't go to jail. I didn't move down south. I was right in 192nd Jerome Avenue, St. James Park. And people knew where I was at. But like I said again, I can see now, like when cats wanted to be you and threaten in a way of, they didn't know me. So I know that part.
Right.
And that's where they at. They didn't know me.
Right.
They wasn't hustlers.
Right.
They were DJs, MCs when they became that. But I was already who I am.
Yeah.
So again, I wasn't messing with them guys. I mean, I'm friends with a lot of cats, but in the street with guys doing the same thing, getting the same money.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was with bank robbers and guys that tear you up and drag you out, but it didn't do it to me.
Right.
So you know, if you ain't strong enough, you can't be in that circle. You know, that's law of the land. Just like I said, who played in the hour spots in 1973? See, they don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
I can tell stories about that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what I said. My thing ain't for the, again, you got to be a little old to hear what I'm saying. No, I don't like talking the drug thing as much,
Right.
but that was part of it.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just slowed me up with my grandkids because, like I said, you'll think I was just totally outrageous. But no, I'm playing music. I'm doing what I'm doing. That's part of getting money. You know, and that's the part, like, I get scared of, you know, because I don't like it for them. You know, they be like, well, was Grandpa really a drug dealer?
That'll make you more cool.
Yeah, no, they don't. You know, but it scares me a little bit.
Yeah,
you know, it scares me a little bit because I never want them to say, okay, I'm going to take Grandpa's path.
Right. No, I feel you.
You know, in one way. I know it's like I said again, no disrespect. But I'm talking the 70s. Nobody knew about Vietnam. Nobody knew about heroin. Nobody knew about... Even weed was mild. That was like hippies, you know, same way with that.
Right.
That was the first drug I used because of the fact they tried to get me to use heroin and cocaine. Because we're in the after hour spot.
You just, okay.
That's the people. I got put out because I didn't do nothing. 4 times I'm in there and people see me looking at them. Yeah, I'm curious. But I ain't telling.
Yeah.
But they saying I didn't do nothing. And they told my man he can't come back because he don't do nothing.
Yeah.
People that do something don't like people around them. Don't do nothing. So they put me out.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I don't care. You know, to me, to my team. Y'all go up there because y'all do what y'all do. Then Robert Parrish got busted with that ounce in his locker of weed. I was like,
is that the ball?
Boston Celtics.
Boston.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, I'll tell you. Right? So he got caught, but not caught. He got busted. And I said, wow. He's the chief. He been busting butt. You know, he smoked weed. Then another famous guy, he got caught. I said, so I told my boy, I'll try weed. He said, what? That night, he said, I'm going to bring you something. He came to my house with a 1/4 pound of Motar. That was the best smoke in New York City at that time, the best. And I said, yo, what you want me to do with this? Sell it? He said, no, you said you want to smoke. That's yours. So I started with a 1/4 pound. That's why I'm a 1/4 pound kid. You know?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Are you in that business now?
No, I'm not in it. I
Okay.
just use it as medical for my eyes.
Okay, got you.
That's what I do with it now.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm selling. I just do it for my eyes.
Yeah. It's big business now.
Yeah, no, I would love to be the face.
Yeah.
I'd love to be the face of somebody.
You might have to hook you up,
Hook
man.
me up. I'll be the
All right.
face. I am the 2010. I should have won the cup. But
I know a couple people,
Yeah,
man.
I saw it. Put my name in the basket.
Now, let me ask you, you ever thought of writing a book? You know, like really tell your story?
People been coming at me, but everybody, like I said, I don't have the real direction because, like I said, I was in Amsterdam. The second year I went to Amsterdam, I'm smoking cannabis with a Jewish rabbi. So he's loving the story. We talking. I mean, for like 2 days, me and him just talk. He said, Coke LaRock, when I come back next year, be ready. I'll give you 80,000 to put a book for you. And the next year, I never seen him. Other guys want to throw it, but everybody just want to do it, and nobody's talking money like how to do it in a certain manner. You know, so that's my thing. I would love to, but let me do it right. Let me get paid. Let me do something. I seen her book. I was there at what was that? They had the awards show. You know, again, man, you know, everybody did little sneaky books or whatever. You know, what again, man. Talk to people, you know. I don't know, man.
Yo, I think your life would be a great movie too,
Yo,
man. Like a
that's
movie
my artist, man.
or a
You ready to
series,
do it?
man.
Yes,
I'm
I'm
telling
just
you.
saying, man. I
Yo.
got a lot in me, and I ain't drink Hennessy.
Right,
Hennessy
right.
can bring like 5
See
million more stories after me, man.
Actually,
Out of me.
see, is honoring your boy. So
Yes,
yeah, but
Yeah.
that's another story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
yo, a Netflix series. It ain't even gotta be about hip hop. That's the thing, though. It actually doesn't have to be about hip hop. It can touch on hip hop, but all this stuff you saying, I think that's the series.
You're here, we talking.
I'm gonna put it in the atmosphere, in the universe.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that'll be well thought.
Okay.
I'm not going nowhere.
Okay. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
So, I don't know if can we put some of your relocation business out there, or you want to leave that off?
As far as what you mean? I mean, this,
You know, New York City. You born, bred. You
yeah,
from
I'm
the
Bronx born. You want me to tell?
from here, but you may be bouncing out.
Yeah, but that's just, like I said, I'm going to Pennsylvania. I'm going to live in PA, you know. I got to retire. That's a retirement home.
Yeah.
I can't retire in the Bronx, man.
Right.
Because the era done changed. The young is attacking the old. They running around in wolf packs. And sometimes I do come out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to kill nobody now to go to jail.
Right.
I want to sit on my porch, man, and you know what I'm saying, and travel a little bit. Then I'll get into hip hop or not. I'm gonna grow with my grandkids, man. I'll come back in the summer, or if somebody need me, then they gonna have to pay for me. I ain't gonna pay for myself.
Right.
And that's sometimes what catch me too. How somebody want to see me, but I gotta get on the train and come in.
Yeah.
You know what happened to the get in the car? I got you, door to door.
Right. Fact.
They think it's safe for me to come and ride around. You know how much you want me.
Yeah.
You know, that's how sometimes I look at it too.
Yeah.
Guys, oh, Coke, I want to do something with you. You get on the train or take it to West Boobaloo. What?
Right. You know what,
Come
man?
on,
I think we
man.
need to figure out this union thing.
Yeah, man,
We need to
something
figure
gotta
out
happen.
this-
Something gotta
This
happen.
plan to help folks out in general, man. We've seen
Yeah.
some people die recently.
Yeah, man. And it's pitiful, man. It's
Yeah.
pitiful. That's why, like I said, thanks to my team, Lucky Bling, Jack, and his wife, Desiree, you know, to keep me motivated because the motivation left.
Right.
Because as you see, ain't nobody calling me, man. Ain't nobody knocking on my door, and I ain't got no cup. I'm not begging. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Hip hop, if it come my way, it come my way.
Yeah.
I'll take it and I'll do what I do with it.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna be one way with it, and I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
I don't know no other way.
Let me add, now I'm thinking, my brain's moving. What about the ladies in hip hop in the day? What Cindy is grossly overlooked. Cindy Campbell. She's you know, she was the subject of the party, but I heard she did so much more as well, including planning and promoting and things
she
of
did
that
all
nature.
that. She did all that, and Cindy was always that lady. And again, I guess because they felt wasn't a rapping lady, you know, but business wise, she to me is that first. Just like the only real like young lady that I talk to a little on a frequency is Debbie D. You know, from
I love Debbie D.
Okay, so on that, you know, Herc's more with the rest of them because he's been around them. I haven't been around hip hop people a lot to a degree, and then again, most of them think it's all Herc. So if you be like it was only Herc, you can walk by me a million times. I'm not mad at you. You know, that there's it's good because everybody you got fans. You got your fans. I got my fans. The street is my fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Penitentiary cats. Those are my cats. A cat got out of jail. He did 22 years, and he happened to come in a spot in his first day out. And when he got out, he said, I was in there with another brother, God, Allah. He was like, oh, that's Kool Herc when I went in.
Wow. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
22 years, he remembered when he went in. I was that cat.
Right.
Blew people's minds.
Yeah.
Again, how you remember that cat when you went in? Like I said, I was all right. You know?
So I saw, you know, regarding your stature, are you a co-founder? Like, what would you're the first MC, but it's, you know, that seems like understatement almost.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, to break it down, I can't break it down to a degree of, like I said, the first.
Yeah.
You know, that took a minute. Like I said, I didn't feel that till I went to Amsterdam with Steve Hager. And everybody always tell you, oh, don't mess with this guy, don't mess with that guy. I don't understand it. You know, but he kind of showed me because he ain't with me. He ain't grow up on the block. But like you said, the story, same thing, but understanding it and knowing what to do with it.
Yeah.
Like if you know what to do with me, my mouth is fat.
Right.
Quiet as cat, like I said. It come out crazy sometimes because of my condition.
Yeah.
I'm not writing this down. I'm not getting prepped. I ain't going no deep. I ain't even ask you what you gonna ask me. I don't do none of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come and freestyle it out my mouth and tell you what I tell you.
Yeah.
And it come out the way it come out.
Yeah. Man, well, I just want to say, you know, I appreciate your time, and yo, man, really, if you need us for anything, like you working on something, you got something you want to promote.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna get ready to do that, and if you could put me somewhere in an envelope direction.
Well, see, here's the thing.
You know,
that's what I will absolutely. You got my word on that.
Okay.
But the funny thing is black-owned businesses, which is what we are.
Right.
We have our own struggles too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I know that. I
we working, you know. Yeah, we get into the money too, but it's
that's the point.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Yeah,
you know, like we can struggle. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Just like with my club, we're not there to pay guys to come in. And I used to feel, how I'm gonna pay you when I come to your spot? You call me up on stage, introduce me, but you don't even come through the door on my spot.
Yeah. Right.
Or when I say, yo, come on through, yo, Coke, I'm in VIP. You got a bottle of this, or you paying for?
Yeah.
I don't have nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't get paid. This is what I said. I ain't get paid.
Yeah.
You see it? I didn't travel around the world.
Yeah.
Why I wasn't in that first 10? Why I wasn't in the first 5 of hip hop guys getting money, moving around?
Yeah.
I didn't go nowhere, my brother.
Right.
I ain't go nowhere.
Well, we gonna change that.
Yeah.
It's time to change that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. It's appreciative, and I appreciate the team and everything, man. That's just me. I eat humble pie all the time, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, any last words for folks out here?
To my team, the one and only Lucky Blank, to my artists Jack and Desiree, y'all keep me moving. Y'all know how we do.
Got the fly coat on over there.
Say it.
I see it's custom built.
Yeah, we're doing a horror hip hop movie comedy.
Okay.
That's what we're putting together now.
Talk about that.
Only Jack could talk about that.
Jack, come on over here real quick.
Only Jack could talk about that. You know?
Yeah, man. Yo, just real quick. Just tell us your name, you know, and what y'all working on together, man. You know, this is important.
My name is Jack. We were running hip hop events for like 2 years at the West End Lounge. We booked about 120 artists, maybe like 60 comedians with the help of my friend Mario Benitez. Since the COVID thing happened, we kind of like put that on pause. So right now we're in the process of making a horror comedy movie, which is basically based on some of the hip hop in the 70s, and the younger Kool Herc might make a cameo with that. So we're working with the guys that we were working with the event, some of the comedians, some of the rappers, and all that. But we just a family, honestly. We just want to see the best for Coke, and we just want to make sure he gets his dues.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, man. That's what we here. So you,
Thank you, my brother Jack.
both of y'all can holler at me.
Yeah.
And we can holler at each other and all that. See what we can figure out.
Right,
I
right.
appreciate it.
Definitely. All right. That's why I wore this hat today. Salute.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, yo.